I guess anyone would be able to tell. Sorry, what were we talking about? There's so many scenes we're about to go through with like so many characters pairing off and having little discussions. Oh my gosh, okay.
He's been acting strange lately.
Strange?
Well, distant. He's been avoiding me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been feeling strange about him, too.
Young love really is sweet, isn't it?
Something like that.
Do you really think that's what this is?
I do.
A feeling of ease washed over me. A sense of validation. Yeah, I do love him, don't I?
Then why is he acting like that?
Love doesn't come easily for some people. You trust him, don't you?
I do.
She smiled, and it lit up her entire face.
All will be well then. It might require a little push, but I know you can work it out. Sit him down and talk it over properly.
Yes.
Caspian, come over here. Don't stand there gawping.
Caspian approached us, awkwardly looking away.
I never thought I'd see the two of you side by side, you know.
Me either.
I'm suddenly feeling awfully tired.
Oh, back to the movie dates. Hey, do you two want to go out and we can all have fun at the movies together? Oh, but no, I forgot about this thing that was going to happen. So, I'm not going to be able to make it.
Then I should.
It's a nice night for a walk, Rain. Enjoy it.
As she left, my eyes turned to Caspian.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. Do you have some free time?
Well, I'm not exactly busy. Did you need something?
No, nothing in particular. I just thought we could, I don't know, talk for a bit.
You got any baseball gloves, champ?
About what?
Just stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've missed such a big part of your life, and I know I can't fix that instantly, but I'd like a chance to try.
I nodded to him, and we walked slowly through the village, side by side. I wanted to get to know him. I didn't blame him for what happened, but I still found it strange to think of him as my father.
Tell me about you. You were raised in an orphanage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for all of my life. The matron found me on her doorstep when I was a baby. I suppose that was right after you,
And, what of this matron? Was she kind to you?
The kindest. I'll always think of Arala as a mother to me. I really miss her.
Arala?
Do you know her?
Gods, what a small world this is. She raised me too.
Yay!
Wait, what? How? You were raised in an orphanage?
No.
No, of course not. She was more like, my tutor. But it was always more than that. I saw her more than my actual parents.
My grandparents. I'll never get to know them.
But how did she go from being a royal tutor to running an orphanage? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, you see, the royal family died.
I told you about how Emil and I snuck out, didn't I? Well, she got all the blame for that. It's something I regret more than anything else. She was punished because of me. By the time we found our way back to Aurelia Cavella, she'd been thrown out of the royal family. I never saw her again after that. I didn't even know if she was alive or not.
She would have known who I really was.
Oh, yeah. The whole time, right?
Don't be mad at her. She must have been trying to keep you safe.
I could never be mad at her. I want to thank her. She let me grow up normally.
That's more of a blessing than you realize.
Can I ask you a question too?
No.
Anytime.
What was my mother like?
I am really interested in if we in the like prologue game thing. What's the word the prequel? That's the word I was trying to think of. If there's anything about her, because okay, maybe it's just me because I am such a big Caspian and Emil shipper, but like, did you trip? How did this happen? He sighed and abruptly stopped walking. What happened that you decided to, I don't know, stop for it? I don't know.
She was my comfort and a dear friend.
And if we know anything about you and friends.
Just a friend?
It's a long, complicated story. My feelings and emotions were all muddled up. And at the time, I didn't even understand what love really was. But I was heartbroken, even if I didn't know the word back then. She was kind, caring, and understood what I was going through. We supported each other, and I enjoyed her company.
That's a heavy emphasis on enjoyed, my dude.
She needed help. She was sick and wanted to run away from her family. And I was alone and desperately wanted someone to lean on. Neither of us were in love, but I did love her very much.
It's Emil then.
It's a thing of the past, but
No,
once upon a time, I would have called him the one.
it is not. I yawned. Boring. And the sadness wiped away from Caspian's face.
Go on, get some sleep. I'm sorry for keeping you.
No, please tell me about your giant, massive, still going on crush.
Before I go, it was Soren that pointed me to you.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Have I said this before? Can I say this now? It should be fine. Like, he and Caspian and Soren are very close, we'll say. And like we talked before when we were in Oxibur about how Soren had the possibility of being like a DLC love interest. And that's just a very interesting feeling to me. Like, not only just the fact that you would be romancing somebody who was taken over by a demon and has all this trauma from, you know, killing multiple people throughout the years in this village, the town, I guess is a better way to say it. But then also simultaneously, that's, ew, I don't even want to say it. That's almost kind of like romancing your uncle. Ew.
Soren?
He spoke of you so highly. He misses you very much.
I always wanted to go back and find him, but after what happened...
I heard about it. Right now, he's unconscious with a chance of never waking up. No, when he does, I want you to be there with me.
I do too. Unfortunately, I've said this before, at least in the confines of this game, he's never waking up.
Of course.
Good. Then I better head to bed. Good night.
As I turned around, I heard Caspian shuffling behind me.
Rain? Thank you.
You too.
When Caspian left, I found myself lingering outside of Sign's room. He was only one door away, so close that I could almost feel him. But he also felt so out of reach. So I opened the door anyway. Hey-o, it's me.
Sign.
Hey, what are you doing up so late?
Or are you trying to tell me that sign was in Rain's room?
I bumped into Cass. No, my father.
Everybody's rooms look the same. Whose room are we in right now? That's more important to me.
So he found you after all.
Behind me, the door locked with a click. You're stuck in here with me now.
I'm not going to run away. I wanted to talk to you, too. I'm so
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Wait, what? What for?
I'm sorry that I kept secrets from you. I'm sorry that I've dragged you into so much mess. I'm sorry for a lot of things. I make so many mistakes, and I end up depending on the people around me too much.
That's okay.
But I'm not sorry about being in love with you. I won't ever apologize for that.
Where is my clapping toggle? I need to make one.
Rain.
What can I do to fix things?
Rain. You're the only person in the world who would apologize when you did nothing wrong. That's just so you. It's my fault. I pushed you away. I was scared.
My breath caught in my throat as his lips found mine. Gently, slowly, as if he still wasn't sure about what he was doing. I leant down towards him and pulled him in close. Time seemed to have stopped. In fact, I hoped it had. All my senses were surrounded by him. His smell, his taste, the feel of his lips on mine. Slowly, he pulled away and touched his forehead to mine.
This is all your fault, you know.
Mm-hmm. What for?
What is?
All of this. Because of you, I can't even look at anyone else. It feels wrong. You ruined it for me.
Oh no, the horrors.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. Didn't you just say you wouldn't be sorry?
My eyes searched his face, desperate to understand exactly what he was thinking. Of course, my eyes wandered down to his lips once or twice, too. He pulled me back into the kiss, much more heated than before. His tongue ran across my lips before he pulled back yet again.
You better take responsibility.
Should I pause? Okay, fun little notes. Not only do scenes happen in the bedrooms of this village, but there are CGs for it, which I completely did not remember at all. And Sign came prepared as always. I would be surprised, honestly, at this point if he did not have supplies with which to make everything easier? Question mark. Also, they both said that they were in love with each other. There was this really cute moment where Sign's like, "Oh, this is my first time with somebody that I love," and it was, y'all are awful. Anyway. And then after this, we get this little part where the screen darkens. We're leaving this scene, and who's next? Oh, Illiren. Oh. I'm being so serious when I tell you guys, like, this is just going to be back to back to back scenes. All right, I just knock, go in, act natural, and be casual about it. No big deal, right? Illiren paced back and forth outside of Varys' door, uncharacteristically. If it were anyone else, he would have just barged in, but something was making him feel nervous. He tried to push that something out of his mind, but he knew all too well what it was.
Elrond, you'll wake everyone up if you keep pacing around like that.
The door swung open, and Varys stood in the doorway.
I'm not pacing. I'm just thinking.
Well, think inside.
While stomping back and forth outside of my door. Why don't you come in?
Inviting me inside in the middle of the night? My, how shameless. What will people say?
We spend most nights together, Ilron. People can say whatever they wish. It doesn't bother me.
Ah! He pushed the door open further, and Elrond followed in behind him. The room was remarkably similar. It's literally, I wish I could put the characters away so you could look at the rest of the room. It's literally the same exact background for every single one of these bedrooms. We went nowhere. Anyway, the room was remarkably similar to his own, to Elrond's surprise. Varys sat down on the edge of the bed. He smiled calmly, happy to be in Elrond's presence.
Did you need to ask me something?
Yeah, sure.
Well, nothing in particular. I just thought we could chat for a little while. I was wondering how long you've known Elliot for. I've never heard you mention him.
Are you jealous?
A couple of 100 years or so. We met in Sidcaeum a while after he ascended and subsequently took a mortal body. He was the only other god I'd ever met, so we became fast friends. I'm happy to see him alive. He disappeared and I thought...
This seems like a nice enough place. No wonder he came here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it seems nice enough.
I wonder.
Peaceful, too. A nice, simple village life could be refreshing. Sure, it's not quite as adrenaline pumping as bounty hunting, but it's an honest living.
He's so obvious with it.
I was just thinking. It's been so long since you last saw Elliot, and I'm sure there's plenty of other friendly gods in the village, too. You could, live here, stay safe, be surrounded by your own kind.
Ilron.
Your parents were farmers, right? You could take up the trade. There's no need to move on when you could just stay here.
The smile had fallen from Varys' face long ago.
Perhaps I could even visit, Or you could visit me.
It's not too far from Sidcaeum, so, it wouldn't be too difficult even if Elrond couldn't live here as well, because, he's not a god.
Ilron, please listen to me.
I love the CG so much.
Every day since we met has been a blessing. Even if it meant going through all the hardships in the years before that, I would do it all again. I'm the luckiest person in the world to have someone by my side that makes it hurt so badly to say goodbye.
Don't you see? We can keep going like that. It doesn't have to end.
It can't last forever.
Yes, it can.
Why not? Even when I'm an old man on my deathbed, I want you by my side.
An old man on his deathbed, and next to him someone that will have to grieve forever.
Hey, listen, I do understand that, however.
Then I'll tear the world apart. Make everyone hate me so badly that whoever the fuck is sitting up there in the sky, making decisions, lets me become like you.
I like how his thought isn't, I'm gonna be so good, people are gonna love me. He's like, nope, I'm gonna be awful. That's how I get into this club.
Why won't you listen? You'd be comfortable here. Happy. If not here, then in Sidcaeum with me. If you're sick of bounty hunting, we'll stop.
Ilron.
What can I say that will convince you?
Ilron, will you kiss me?
What?
Will you kiss me?
Elrond didn't wait to be asked again. His green hair cascaded around him as he leant down and kissed Varys. Their first kiss. Elrond had imagined it for years, but never expected it to actually happen. He was happy enough by his side, watching on. It felt even better than he could have thought. With their hands still connecting, Ever so gently, Ilrin held on to the person who meant most to him, the person who he'd given up anything for. It was delicate and sweet, mixed with passion and longing. The moonlight drifting in the window illuminated their figures, outlining them in a cool light. Varys reached up and ran his fingertips down Ilrin's chest. Ilrin shivered in response. He stroked Varys' face gently and couldn't shake off the feeling that this was all a dream, that Varys would disappear as soon as he opened his eyes. Just then,
What is it?
the two jumped apart, their hearts pounding harder than ever before. Ilrin rubbed the back of his head and looked away, awkwardly trying to find something to say. I can't escape this anymore. The sound of crackling fire drifted through the thick woods as two men sat huddled close next to the roaring flames. Ilrin threw a couple more sticks in, and it roared with delight. It was only a couple of months after the two had started traveling together, Varys, the god, and Ilrin, the bounty hunter. They had a rocky start, but over time they found that they had quite a lot in common. Since then, they'd gotten along well.
Another night sleeping outside. It's sad how I'm starting to get used to it.
Perhaps we should invest in a wagon.
Ooh.
It's extra weight to drag around in the end.
Ilrin poked at the fire with a long, thin stick, lost in thought.
You know, you're still somewhat of a mystery to me. We've been together for months now, and you've never said a word about yourself.
You've never asked. If you want to know anything, I'll tell you.
Anything?
I'm just a little curious about your upbringing.
There's not much to say. I was brought up as a human. I didn't feel any different or special. I lived in the country, in a small village.
Huh. What were your parents like?
They were kind and full of love. I couldn't have wished for anyone else.
What about, your actual parents?
My actual parents?
In your first life?
You know I was a bird in my mortal life, right?
What? A bird? Really?
Most of the other gods lived as humans, so I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you didn't know.
What's that like?
He did a lot of really good deeds as a bird, and people started kind of really, well, I guess not people, other birds started really liking him. And they're like, damn, we're gonna worship this guy. And then he died his little bird death. Ilrin laid down with his arms behind his head, looking up into the star-filled sky. Varys did the same.
Freeing. I didn't worry as I do now. I could fly wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted.
Well, birds still have parents, right?
I suppose you're right. They were very important to me too. What about you? You don't have to answer if it makes you uncomfortable.
No. It's only fair. You answered my questions after all. My mother was the best woman to ever walk this planet. She was strong-willed, even stubborn at times, but so full of compassion.
Was?
Oh, she died.
I'm sorry to hear that.
To the end of her days, she prayed. As she got sicker and sicker, she kept going. She didn't pray for herself, though. She prayed for me. I was stupid. Naive. I thought she was being totally unreasonable. I laughed at her and her beliefs. I thought, what good is praying if they just let you get this sick?
So that's why you said those things when we first met.
I'm sorry, I was angry. I wanted it to be anyone else's fault. But it was mine. I wasted her last moments being bitter.
A gentle weight fell onto Ilrin's chest. When he looked down, he saw a peachy hair. Varys wrapped his arm around Ilren and squeezed lightly.
It's not your fault, Ilron.
Before he even realized, his eyes had watered over, and tears were running down his face.
She deserved a better son than me. I miss her, Varys. I miss her so much.
You're a good person, Ilron. I'm sure your mom is still watching out for you from somewhere. And she's proud.
With his head against Ilren's chest, Varys hummed a quiet tune. He closed his eyes, listening to Varys' slow song. Ilren wrapped his arms around Varys in return, and the two spent the rest of the night like this, in a calming embrace. I love him. I've loved him for a very long time.
I should go. Sounds like you've got a visitor anyway.
Walk of shame, except nothing happened.
Ilron.
Before he could hear what Varys had to say, Ilren was out the door. He bumped into Elliot, who looked surprised to see him, but he didn't stay around long enough to chat. Varys sat alone in his room, his fingers lingering over his lips. He touched them, not sure of what had just happened. Just as he was stopping to process everything that just happened, Elliot pushed open his door and joined him.
Varys, it's good to see you.
He wishes he could say the same. Varys calmed his breath and tried to put on a serious expression. He didn't believe he could fool Elliot, but he wanted to maintain some sense of dignity.
It's been far too long. What brings you here?
I'm not allowed to want a simple chat with a dear friend.
No. Simple chats don't usually end up being simple after all.
I'll always have time for you. I don't suppose you've come to tell me you've changed your mind about helping us.
He made his way into the room and pulled up a chair, facing Varys.
No, I don't suppose so.
You haven't changed then. It's always been difficult to sway you once you've made your decision.
It's not that I don't want to help. I do. But so many lives depend on me, on the judgment I make. If I lead them into Sid Caem, they'll die.
I can't promise any different.
Why would you put yourself on the line for these people? Those speakers.
I know you fought against them in your lifetime, Elliot, but they're not bad people.
I fought against them because I was told to. I stayed loyal to the crown because I thought it was right. I was wrong about the gods, and I regret the harm I caused them. The speakers, though, I don't regret it. Not even the slightest. Their history is filled with betrayal and murder.
Rain isn't like that, you know. He's got a good heart.
Yeah, come on, he's the main character.
Perfect for corrupting, then.
That is fair, okay.
I won't try to convince you, but I hope at the very least, you'll trust my judgment this one time.
I didn't come here to argue anyway. I came here to catch up. I'm curious as to how you came to travel with a human companion. That's unlike you.
Ilron? I'm not sure where to start. We didn't meet on friendly terms, but he was the one that helped me to find my way. If not for him, I wouldn't be here today.
Elliot's face morphed in surprise.
You're in love with him.
What?
Varys, god of the harvest, in love with a mortal. I never thought I'd see the day.
I think I've liked him for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
You know it could never work out, right?
Hush. It could.
I don't intend to ever act upon it.
No.
I wouldn't dare to steal a future away from him. To love someone and grow old together, that's his right. I can't give it to him.
Gods mingling with humans only leads to heartbreak. It'd be best for you to distance yourself from him. Then again, who am I to tell you what to do? Sometimes what is best isn't the right thing to do either.
Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate your honesty.
And what do you intend to do after this, if you survive?
I'll free the Aurelian gods, first and foremost, and then...
There will always be a place for you here.
Varys shook his head, a sad smile playing on his lips.
And then it's time for me to pass on, my friend. My duty will be done.
An admirable goal. If you ever change your mind, then I'll be expecting you.
Elliot, you're the worst. I laid back in bed, pulling the thin sheets up around Sign and myself. The room was cold, even frosty, but with Sign pressed up against me, I was warm enough. He held me tight, his face burrowing in against the nook of my neck.
Ready for round 2 yet? Oh, don't make that face. I was just messing with you.
I never know with you.
It probably would have not been a joke if Rain didn't make a face.
Today's been one hell of a day, and even I have my limits.
Sometimes I'm not sure you do.
I'm sorry, you know? I made a mistake.
You chose to protect me even if it meant going against your own mother, right? You don't have anything to be sorry about.
You're not even a little worried that I'm still lying to you?
Nah, he's dumb of ass.
Nope. Maybe you haven't noticed, but I'm kind of an idiot. It works to my advantage occasionally, though.
Oh, I've noticed. Thanks, Rain.
You don't have to talk about it now, but I'm here if you ever want to.
There's not much to talk about. I was surrounded by people that showed me that love is just a means to an end, a way to trap someone and throw them away. And so, I rebelled. You've seen how people talk to me? They think I'm disgusting, filthy, just because I'm open about what they do in secret. But somehow, they're better than I am.
What happened to your father? I never saw him around.
He's in the dungeon.
I don't know. He stops by occasionally. Mother seems to think he's just busy in his study, working hard for the family. But we all know he's out with the woman he truly loves.
Valid.
I almost can't blame him, being stuck with her. But it meant I was alone with her. He's nice enough to me when we meet, but it's obvious that when he looks at me, all he sees is her. And I can see the disdain in his eyes.
Sign.
I don't need to be pitied.
I'm here to listen, not judge. Why did they marry if not for love?
Power, money.
My father's name was worth more than hers, that's why. She's always been hungry for advancement, for power. He was just a way to get further up the ladder.
That's awful.
But no different to anyone else either. If you look amongst the other high houses, they're all the same. The parents, the children, everyone. That's why I never got along with them. Why I didn't have many friends.
You had Aaron, right?
To my mother's dismay. Eventually, she stopped fighting against it. As long as I swore not to marry her. That obviously wasn't an issue.
You know, when I met her, she told me about you. She cares about you a lot. Worries, too.
Yeah? Well, maybe when this is all over, it's time for us to catch up a little.
That sounds nice.
The one thing I can't work out is exactly what she wants from you. I mean, yeah, sure, you're a speaker or whatever, but she couldn't have known that. Well, not that it matters now. I'm nothing to her.
We can start our own family. We don't need her.
Hey, yo, Rain. Can we, slow it down a little bit?
Rain, I'm not sure if maybe you don't know how my anatomy works, but,
To be fair, have you looked at his dad's?
No, that's not what I mean. I can be your family.
There you go again, being corny.
And proud of it.
Come on, go to sleep. Otherwise, I really will be ready for round 2.
Sign closed his eyes, and I quietly watched him for a time. The way his chest rose and fell peacefully, the way his brows relaxed and a calm expression masked his face, the way his eyelashes brushed against his skin. His hair was a mess, yes, but it was gorgeous. I closed my eyes, drifting off into a soundless, happy dream. Meanwhile, a white-haired woman, clad in winter gear, wrapped her cloak around her tightly. Her breath left visible puffs of white in the cool night air, which she watched in wonder. All of her long, long life, she'd seen snow less than a handful of times and never touched it before now. And of course, now that she had the body to touch it, to play in it, she couldn't. With a wistful smile, she walked through the winter night, thinking of her younger days. Days where she would have loved to run through the night with friends, throwing snowballs and making snow angels. But now, she never could. Once a laundry girl and now unable to touch water, such was the life of a god forced into a human body. To gain something, something else must be given. Her footsteps left shallow marks in the snow as she walked towards the edge of the village, where a vast forest began and only stopped once he reached Sidkayum. She kept walking and walking, until she stood surrounded by dark trees. Her gloved hands ran along the bark, and white snow gently fell to the forest floor. Clothing hung from a low branch, gently swaying in the breeze.
Elliot,
In the darkness, 2 bright yellow orbs came towards her. She didn't run or hide. It was something she'd seen quite a few times already. Elliot, the God Slayer, a leader of the armies of Sidkayum in a fight to drive out the Speaker and his believers. Someone she'd watched kill hundreds of her followers before she'd left for Aurelia Cabela. And now, a god himself. It's ironic how life works out sometimes.
Elliot, I would like to speak.
You currently are, but go girl. A tiger, as white as the snow around it, stepped out from the shadows. For any normal person, this would be a cause for alarm, but for Morwen, it was nothing new. She turned away, giving the man a moment to get decent.
It's unlike you to call for me.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Are you decent?
Behind her, Elliot dressed in the clothes he'd left for himself. An annoying part of being a god, that's for sure, but the benefits greatly outweighed the detriments. Not waiting a moment longer, she turned towards the tall, broad man. He was different to how she remembered. This wasn't his original body, after all, just as she looked nothing like she originally had either.
If you're here to speak of the humans, then don't waste your breath. There's nothing more I can do.
There's plenty more you can do, but you're too much of a coward to do it.
Get 'em, Morwen.
And what would you have me do? Throw away all their lives? No. I've seen enough war in my lifetime. The deaths are never justified.
I don't ask you to throw their lives away. I ask you to believe in humanity once more.
There's nothing left to believe in. The leaders are corrupt, the people under them vying for their spots. Nothing has changed from when I was alive.
This is a time of change. For everyone. For Rain, who must come to terms with his destiny. For Emil, who must push back against the path he's been given. For Caspian, who had abandoned any chance of becoming king. And for us.
We've adapted to our new lifestyle now. I don't see any reason to change it. Even if the Aurelian gods are freed, all will not go back to how it was before.
You're not wrong. Our lives may never go back to what they once were. Some may choose to stay in Aurelia Cabela, to hold on to their incorporeal forms. Others may leave, but be forced to take human bodies. But does that matter? Does it matter that we can't go back to the way things once were? I would say not. They would have the freedom of choice which was snatched away from them. But that choice remains decided for them if we refuse to help them. If we refuse to help Rain.
And you would take their word for it. The words of a speaker.
I would. I believe in them both. They are the ones that will break the cycle.
You know that helping them will do nothing for us. Change nothing about our lives. Even if humans decided to start believing in us again, it wouldn't be enough to rejoin the heavens. Their belief couldn't sustain us all.
Morwen smiled. She knew that. She knew what her future looked like, and it was this very body. Nothing changed instantly.
I know. But perhaps now is the chance to make a difference without giving mind to personal gain. Our lives will be full of difficulty. For those that blend in with society and those that remain in hiding. But that doesn't mean that we should become complacent. I have nothing else to say to you. I just hope you'll consider my words.
Why do you hate me so much?
I hate the monster that raised his sword against the people I loved. How I feel about you remains to be seen.
With her final words spoken, she turned back towards the village, her cloak billowing behind her. Each step was slow and careful. She looked up towards the sky. It was clouded over, gray. It seems the storm will reach here soon, too. A faint breeze woke me from my deep, silent dreams. It's strange how empty it felt to not hear her voice. It's been days, Rain. Thank you for finally catching up to how I feel. And yet it was even stranger to think that voice was probably only a few doors away. A soft light cascaded from the slightly open window, landing on the person that lay beside me. His blonde hair was disheveled, and his eyes still tightly shut. That empty, lonely feeling melted away in an instant. One kiss later, and Sign's eyes fluttered open.
Morning already?
You sound like Leos.
Come on. He's a little more like, "Grr, I have 20 abs and I'll get you with my whip." Right?
A little.
That doesn't sound like him at all.
Oh, really? Let's see if you can do any better.
Ooh, okay.
He's more, I'm surrounded by pipsqueaks. When will this torture end? You have to have more sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
I miss them.
Me too. But don't look so glum. We'll save them. No problem.
You think so?
I know so. If I have to bash down Elliot's door and force him to help, so be it.
Hell yeah, I'd love to see that.
Then let's go find the others. Maybe they've had time to think up a plan.
The air was frosty and getting out of bed difficult, but we both somehow managed to collect our scattered clothes and dress. I looked out the open window. Now that it was day, the village was slowly coming to life. They looked like ordinary people, the way they spoke, the way they walked. With that thought, I closed the window and left the room with Sign in tow. As we walked through the street, I could feel eyes tracking our every move. Everyone was watching us, unsure of why we were there. I couldn't blame them. We must be the only humans to ever walk openly through here, and to them, we were nothing but a threat. I tried to smile to calm their nerves, but they all avoided my gaze. We hurried along and finally spotted Varys and Ilrin a short distance away. They stood next to each other, but they were both looking off in other directions, completely silent.
Morning.
Good morning, Rain. Sign.
Well, this is, pleasant. Don't tell me we've got another lover's quarrel on our hands.
Did you two sleep well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I slept well. Something interesting happened last night, though.
Ooh, spill the tea. Ilrin's eyebrow twitched, and he turned away even further.
I caught up with Elliot. We had a talk about his assistants, but he's adamant that he can't help. However,
However,
I still believe we can convince him. I just don't know what words to say.
As we pondered the issue, both Caspian and Emil joined us.
Are we just to leave then?
Well, that depends. Do you have some sort of super-duper magical powers you could pull out of your ass to stop Lucius?
Yes, actually.
Then what do you suggest? They refuse to help us. There's nothing more to be done.
There has to be something we can do. Alone, we don't stand a chance.
We can't leave. There has to be some way.
Just then, I saw a glimpse of black and red hair in the distance. Sylvia.
Wait here for a sec.
I left the others behind and chased after her. She saw all of that, of course, but didn't stop walking.
What is it?
I just wanted to thank you for everything you did for Morwen. For us too.
Interesting strategy, all right.
I just did as I was told. I don't need your thanks.
Well, I'm giving it to you anyway.
You really want to ask about Elliot, don't you?
Is it that obvious?
Mm-hmm.
Look, he's not unsympathetic to your cause. It's the exact opposite, actually. He cares too much. He wants to help you, but he won't risk everything that we stand for either.
Do you really think there's no way to convince him?
Maybe, but you'd be the first person to ever sway his mind.
I believe.
If you intend to petition his aid again, you'll have to wait until nightfall.
Why?
It's the cost of his mortal body. He can't walk in the sunlight or he'll burn badly.
Just like Varys not being able to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We all give up a little part of ourselves in exchange for our bodies.
Okay, I'll tell the others. We'll wait around until tonight.
I thought maybe we'd talk about some other people as well, but that's okay. I thought her face showed the hint of a smile, but it was gone before I could work out if it was just my imagination or not. She waved me off and continued on her way.
did she say anything helpful?
She thinks we might still have a chance. We'll stay around until later tonight and ask Elliot again. Sound good? I'll meet up with her again later.
Until then, it might be a good idea to split up and investigate around town. This may be the only chance you ever have to walk amongst these people, so I'd use it wisely.
Sign and I will go together then. We'll try to keep out of trouble.
Good luck.
Ilron?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Ilron.
Huh? Yeah. We can go together.
Emil and Caspian glanced at each other, neither of them speaking up.
Oh, Emil. Might as well go with Caspian, right?
Let's go, Rain, #1 shipper.
I suppose I have little choice.
Then we'll meet back here later, close to nightfall.
Mhm.
Be careful, everyone.
Only a few moments later, and Sign and I were standing alone.
Well, any ideas? I'm all for a quickie in the snow if you are.
There's not too much snow around. We'd have to first, make a pile, and then at that point, you might as well just, make a snowman and just play around.
As fun as that sounds, I think there's better times.
Damn it.
There's worse times too, but fine.
I'm not sure anyone will want to talk to us. I was thinking,
Dangerous pastime. Just then, as if on cue, my stomach rumbled.
I was thinking,
And again.
Hungry?
I was thinking we could find Morin and then get something to eat. I'm not sure there's any restaurants around here, though.
I'd say a village like this is probably lacking in restaurants, Rain.
The village was relatively small and quiet, at least compared to Sid Caem. Even Stagwitch was larger. That only made it easier to find someone. As we walked together, I snuck my hand over his without a single comment. Sign looked down at our interlocking hands, then back up at me.
I I always swore I'd never get myself into a situation like this,
Yeah?
A situation like what?
where I would so desperately cling to someone that I'd let myself get destroyed in the process.
I promise, no destroying.
Oh, please, Rain.
Maybe you're different after all. Oh, crap. I'm becoming soppy and sentimental.
I really thought Sign was gonna make the same joke I was. Damn. 2 different brain cells. After only a short search, try saying that 5 times fast apparently, we finally came upon the person we were looking for. She sat side by side with Sylvia, talking quietly. Every now and then, a smile would play upon Sylvia's face before it went back to being seemingly neutral, as if she didn't want the other to notice her emotions. I felt a little awkward approaching them, but we were both pretty hungry.
I spoke to Elliot last night. Hopefully my words will be a weight on his mind.
You know he's being sincere in turning them down. There's not any other choice.
Sylvia, you literally just told us like 5 minutes ago that we still had a chance.
I would think that being formally human, both Elliot and yourself, you would be especially concerned.
I'm not from here. You know that.
People are people, wherever they're from.
Hell yeah. I was about to say something really similar, but I blinked instead. I don't know that that really conveyed the same emotions, and yet.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Then don't.
Then don't.
I can't be on the same wavelength as Sign, but I can with Sylvia. Let's go.
Sylvia, good morning, Rain. Sign, did you sleep well?
She winked at me, and I found my eyes darting away from hers.
Just fine, thank you.
What keeps going on at the bottom of the screen every so often? There's like a little green line.
I'm glad to hear it. What's troubling you?
Every single time that I click to continue on.
Actually, we're a little hungry. I was wondering where we could get food.
A baby chick begging for scraps.
Hey!
I'm not sure if we'll be allowed in to eat anywhere. How about I go collect some food and we cook it together?
Cook? Together?
I know, it's so crazy, but like sometimes people. Do you still have the eggplant? You bought one in Oxabur. This would be the perfect time to whip it out.
That sounds perfect.
Playing house, are we? Fine, I'll find you again later.
She's just jealous she's not the one being in this playhouse with Warwin. I didn't know how to say that.
Don't be silly. You'll come eat too.
I really can't cook.
That's okay, you have Rain.
Don't worry, I'll do it for you.
This can only go well.
With everyone else gone, the silence set in between Ilrin and Varys. Neither of them spoke up, unsure about how to address what happened the night before. Every second ignoring the elephant in the room just added to Ilrin's heartache. I almost said headache.
There doesn't seem to be much around town, but shall we take a look?
I think that would probably be best.
Nice place, huh?
Ooh, you want to stay here so bad, Varys.
Yeah.
Pretty cold, though.
The two absent-mindedly strolled through the small village. Some people looked at Varys in curiosity, but no one dared approach when they saw the human he was walking with. Before they knew it, they'd already seen the whole village. They stopped at the entryway, thinking of what to do.
How about we search the surrounding area?
Hell yeah.
Even if we don't learn anything useful, this might be your only chance to walk in the mountains.
Might as well. We're not going to get much out of these villagers. They're looking at me as if I'm diseased. Which, I should point out, I'm not.
That's good.
They're just scared.
If anyone should be scared, it's me. Maybe one of those gods will decide to gobble me up. Who knows?
You know I wouldn't let that happen.
I wouldn't mind if it was you. Hell yeah, Ilren.
You won't always be around to keep an eye out for me.
Or will he? Anyway. I don't fully remember the fade out into the next scene and when exactly it happens. So we'll see what editing me ends up doing. The village faded into the distance as they walked the mountain paths. They were rough and unsteady, not at all regularly used, but something about that made it more charming. Caves and chasms dotted the mountainside. The two, ever curious, couldn't help but to explore every nook and cranny. It hurts. Why won't he bring it up? Is he ashamed? Was it just out of pity to make me feel better?
Ilron?
That kiss.
I was just going to ask you. The air feels wet. Is there hot springs here?
Yeah. Amazing.
Wow. The green-haired man tugged at a loose strand of hair, playing with it absent-mindedly.
I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that to you. It was unfair of me.
Don't say that. Anything but that.
Excuse me?
The worst thing you could possibly say right now is that you're sorry for something I've been wanting for years.
It was a lapse in judgment, Ilron. It couldn't ever... It wouldn't work.
If you've lapsed once, then surely one more time isn't that big of a deal.
Damn, Elrond. Elrond's eyes wandered down to Varys's lips.
I...
Think of it as a goodbye kiss.
Yeah. At some point, the two had gotten so close together that their faces were already nearly touching. Elrond stroked Varys's cold cheek and smiled at him, some cheekiness returning.
I'm not that bad of a kisser, am I?
Oh, you're terrible, horrible, worst thing of Varys's life. Varys stood up on the tips of his toes and left a single kiss on Elrond's lips. But it wasn't enough. It would never be enough. If all Elrond could have with the love of his life was a lapse in judgment, then so be it. If he was going to leave, then let there be another memory made first. Now, the unfortunate thing about that scene is that there's this really nice moment that I wish I could show you guys. And so you'll only get to have a little, audible me telling you about it, because the CG is very much still on the screen as it is happening. But basically, Ilren is working up to say something, but instead what comes out is, I'm really in love with you. And Varys says, me too, we're soulmates, which is super cute. Thanks, guys. And then Varys says, but that's the reason why, I can't, once we're done with this whole thing, I've got to skedaddle on out of here and die, is because it's not good for you. So good news, we have a little discussion where obviously they share the same feelings. Bad news, just because they share the same feelings and they have this cute little moment in the hot springs does not mean that it made anything better. But anyway, they started heading out of the village and I knew that was about to happen. I was so giddy behind the scenes. Finally.